Hey Peeps, I am so excited to be sharing another project with you, and this one is called The Living Room. It's a new venue here in the city of Memphis. Now, we thought this project was going to take about 6 weeks, but it stretched to about 4 months. But let's get into the entire design process, the decisions I made to bring this project to life, and of course, a grand reveal in what it looks like now. So back in August of 2025, I got a call from the owner, Miss Tara Crawford, who wanted me to transform her family's property from a worship center to more of a cool, loungy, social gathering space. So I met her on site for a consultation where I immediately had several ideas on how the space could be transformed, but I also realized that I wanted to preserve some of the original features and some of her family's legacy as well. So I got to work, presented a few concepts, and once she approved, we got to work. First up was getting the space completely cleared out. We demoed the stage, had the popcorn ceiling scraped to prep for new paint. Now, because the budget didn't quite allow for major architectural changes, I knew the paint colors were going to have to do some heavy lifting. Because she wanted the space to feel loungy in the end, I wanted to bring the ceiling down and give it that cozy feel. But since I couldn't do it physically, I had to do it visually by going darker on the ceiling and lighter on the walls. Though Ms. Tara was super hesitant about the colors in the beginning, I pulled my designer card and told her she had to just trust me. I get it. The forest can be hard to view through the trees when you're looking at paint colors you don't understand. But it was actually the stained glass windows that were the source of inspiration for the entire color scheme, because I wanted the eye to be drawn to them instead of the lack of architectural details in the space. Now, where I was able to add a little bit more of an architectural detail or just a little bit more texture was the entryway. So I decided to mimic the wood slats that are on the facade of the building and use them on the ceiling of the entryway. Then we also installed this very modern light fixture. So the contrast of the warmth of the wood and the very modern light fixture gave you a little taste of what you were in for once you walked into the new space. Once we got to furniture install, things really started to come together. To fully execute the lounge feel, I wanted several seating groups that included modern structured sofas and super comfortable swivel chairs. And because the space was going to be used for all types of events like baby showers or even corporate meetings, table seating was a must. I also decided to really amp up the functionality by grounding the perimeter of the space with banquettes equipped with charging stations and additional table seating. We set up the space in a few different layouts, but all of the furniture can be moved around to suit whatever event is taking place.
What do you think? It's good.
They're great. Now, things didn't come without its hiccups. There's always something on every project that makes you want to pull your hair out. And on this one, it was the chandeliers. Now, these are beautiful and they add so much drama to the space, which is what I wanted. But they also added quite a bit of drama to my life. Y'all, first of all, there are 60 lights on each chandelier. 60. There are 3 of these chandeliers. So that makes 180 lights. That's 180 light bulbs and 180 frosted glass globes that screw onto each light. That's not all though. How about I ordered the wrong light bulbs on 3 separate occasions. The first time I ordered incandescent instead of LED. The second time I ordered the wrong wattage, and y'all, we put them in and about 20 minutes later, we could smell something burning.
Oh, Lord.
Just burn it down. She was about to burn it down. The third time I ordered non-dimmable versus dimmable, but in the correct wattage. But because this space is being used for multiple types of events, being able to control the lighting is super important. But at this particular point, I just wanted to die. Because every time we ordered the wrong bulbs, there was at least twice where we got through 60 light bulbs taking off the glass globe, taking out the wrong light bulb, putting in the new light bulb, and then putting the glass globe back on.
It's like 100 turns. Yay! Back to the square one.
I will never get that time back, and I'll never forgive myself for it, but I'll never order a light bulb incorrectly ever again. You could believe that. Though a pain in the butt, the light bulbs weren't even our biggest issue. The biggest issue we had was the bar. Now, Miss Tara was set on having a bar. But let me tell you about the drama behind this bar. So I designed the overall space around this particular location for the bar because of flow and because of access to the kitchen that's right off the hallway through the doors that you see on either side of the bar. The plumbers told us that we were going to have to move the bar to the far end of the room because of the existing plumbing that was there for the baptismal pool that was behind this wall. Well, of course, I actually walked the premises to find the closest source of plumbing, and it was across the hall in a mop closet. So all they had to do was trench across the hall about 8 feet to get us some water where we actually needed it to be. So we wouldn't have to rearrange our entire design, which is what would have happened. We would have had to completely change this design to get it to fit over there. Plus, this was already built, so it would have been a mess. But Carmeon saved the day, per usual. So once we realized the bar could stay where it was, they got to work finishing it. So it's scaled to seat several people, but the larger the bar means more materials, which means more costs. So to get a great look, I came up with a few details that wouldn't break the bank while giving us the wow factor we were looking for. So I went with a dark granite for the top and a dark stone-looking oversized porcelain tile for the facade. That's the front of the bar. With an unlimited budget, I would have wrapped the bar in a slab of stone, but that would have cost somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000. Going with a porcelain tile face is a very similar look for a fraction of the cost. After all that construction and everything's cleaned up, it's time for final touches. So I decided to install 2 of these curtain panels, and here's a little method to my madness. They give some visual separation without actually cutting off the space. You get an understanding that this side of the room acts a little differently from this side. So you can't close them or anything, but the visual separation is a cue, mental cue. Then we finish up with things like pillows. I wanted some with some unique shapes, so we went with these ball-shaped pillows. And then, of course, I'm not finishing any space without plants. Of course, this being a commercial space, I wanted it to be as low lift as possible when it came to caring for it, so we did go with faux plants. These olive trees are 7 feet tall. They give a ton of presence. They are in these modern planters. And though they're faux, and I am the plant mother of mothers, I am not against a faux plant, but it has to be good faux. These I took a lot of time to tweak and really make them look natural. And that is the biggest thing you can do for a faux plant. 1, getting one that looks as real as possible. And 2, doing the work to adjust it to make it look like it's actually growing and not like it came out of a box. I am beyond thrilled by how it all came together, and it's now high time to finally show it to Miss Tara, and let me tell you, she is in love. It feels like everything she wanted and everything I envisioned for it to be, and I was just honored to be able to present this physical embodiment of this brand new venture to her and preserve something that's really special to her and her family. So, friends, ladies and gentlemen, here's your first look at the living room. I hope you all enjoyed seeing and hearing about this process, but stay tuned for an exclusive episode of After the After, where I sit down with my client, Miss Tara, for a great conversation, and we walk through the deeper details of what it took for us to pull all of this together. As always, drop your questions in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!